Strap in, everyone, because we're going back to the 90s for this build. The floor plan is TV room, bathroom, and bedroom upstairs, and the kitchen, dining, and living room are on the first floor. Now, let's start off in the kitchen. You'll notice there's going to be a lot of browns and yellows, dark wood tones, and as many different patterns as I could get in this house. I'm loosely basing this build off of what I can remember my great-grandma's house looking like, so the yellowing vintage appliances are a must, and I think the only thing that's missing is that blue cookie tin, where you think you just scored some sweets, but then you open it and it's just sewing stuff. Every time. Has anyone ever opened one of those and there were actually cookies in there? But if you saw my exterior build, you know that we have a lovely grandma who lives here. She moved in like the 1970s. She pays $200 a month because her building's rent controlled, and she always has her grandkids visiting, which has caused a feud to start with our rich neighbors. But you will notice that her dining table is permanently set because she is always ready for company. And I also added a ton of plants all around because our girl has the grandma green thumb, the kind that keeps plants alive for literal decades. And you know she keeps her liquor cabinet stocked because how else is she going to deal with her snobby neighbors without a little bit of alcohol? But moving over to the living room, this is where some of the patterns start to shine, floral and plaid specifically. And I really tried to find a custom content couch that had the plastic cover over it, but didn't have any luck, and I think this couch fits the 90s vibe better. I also made sure to add some of the grandkids' toys just cluttered around the living room and a little spot for the kids to color because that's such a core memory of mine, sitting on the floor using a coffee table identical to the one I used in this build, just drawing away. And I'm also just going in with furniture that fits the 90s vibe for the entryway. And oh my god, speaking of core memory, let's start on this TV room. This entire room is dedicated to the grandkids. They have bunk beds for sleepovers, and it's the only room with a TV. But it's not just any TV, it is the tube TV. Oh man, the good old days where your TV was the heaviest piece of furniture you owned. And we can't forget the PS1, but the real star of this room is the slightly spooky old photo of some guy. No one really knows who he is, but you avoid looking that way when you're trying to fall asleep. Now moving on to the bathroom, I really tried to just fully go for outdated. I think the tile floor really complements that, and I went in and added some bathroom clutter to the cabinet, plus this shower. Oh my god, chef's kiss. That is such a 90s shower. And now let's finish the final bedroom. This is where our grandma dreams of winning the lottery just to buy the neighbor's house out of spite. Her bedding is a vintage floral quilt that may or may not be older than she is, and I'm just going in and adding a few essential bedroom items like a mirror, dresser, and some clutter. And now it's time for the house tour. I actually used a shag carpet for the ceiling because I was really trying to get that popcorn ceiling texture. But this was so different from anything I've built in The Sims 4, and it feels so aggressively 90s. I love it. Let me know in the comments which house we should furnish next.